Welcome back to my book channel. My name is Lady Lauren Explorer, and we are in a different location right now. I am on my bed, and I had to film this video again because last time I filmed it, the sound wasn't on. So let me talk about a omnibus that I finished reading a couple of days ago by Chris Butler, and it's called Tattooed Hearts. So when I first got introduced to this book, I originally thought that this was a MMFM coupling with like a rock star group and a tattoo artist that had like suspense in it. And the heroine was in love with her best friend who is gay. And they all like have a polyamorous relationship with his rock band. That's like literally what I thought. And it like doesn't say that on here, so I don't know how I got that at all. Like at all. But what the actual summary of this is our heroine who is a tattoo artist who is in love with her best friend who says he's gay and has like very bad luck in love because she lost everything to her best friend, and then the next day he goes, I like men. She has this like hate sexual energy and tension with her boss, who seems to like not like her for some reason, and she doesn't know why. Then we have a person that comes into her life during a certain point of time, and he's just very intense. So like we have those barrage of characters. Then we have like the suspense plot, which is her getting stalked by someone who's been stalking her for years. And I mean like years. So I'm gonna just like tell you, I gave this book a 2. I finished it. I liked the beginning of it. The beginning really got me. I was like liking the tension between her and her boss, and then and then her like trying not to fall in love with her best friend who is gay. And then we got introduced into the intense guy. But then we get into like the past and the present, because we find out like the reason why she's like has bad luck in men, like very bad luck in men. Like first it was her best friend, then it was like a pen pal she had been writing for like years. So I think like middle school to the last year of high school. And he ghosted her and told her like that he wasn't into her. He didn't want to be with her. She was just like an experiment to like pick up girls and talk to girls and all that kind of stuff. So it was like a very bad, like those two, like best friend and this guy, just like treating her bad. Then she went on a string of bad dates and bad boyfriends. And then she found a guy who ends up dying and being murdered when she was getting kidnapped. He saved her, and then like how he saved her, the person who tried to kidnap her killed him. So like she's like had really bad luck in love. And there's a reason why. There is a peak reason why. We get that. And then we like find out like some crazy things that are from like her best friend, because again, he says he's gay, but he's not gay. He's actually bi. And it's actually miscommunication. And because he eavesdropped on a conversation that he didn't hear the full conversation of, he decided to like let everything not go, but like not wanting to hurt his feelings or have her hurt his feelings when it was not like that. He told her he was gay, so she didn't have to like hurt his feelings. And that led to 10 years of like him just pining after her and having to stay, like having to look at her as she goes out on dates with men. Then her boss is an a-hole, but there's actually a reason why he's an a-hole, and it has to do with the stalker. Then we get to the point of like where I don't like the story. And that's because our intense person is supposed to be the third person in the reverse harem. But you don't know if the person is the real person and the person is the not person, because the stalker is one of them. And I'm just like, what? Because like we get the third person in their name. Like we get their point of view the whole entire time. And then all of a sudden we realize that like someone is pretending to be this person. You don't know if the person is the person or the person is not the person. I hope that makes sense. Like, I'm going to give you his name. His name is Thane. Thane is the brother of Slade, who is the boss of our heroine. We know him as Thane. He's introduced himself as Thane, and there's been plenty of chapters in his point of view and her interacting with him and her interacting with him and her best friend as Thane. Then we realize that like Thane isn't Thane. Or is he? Because there's never an interaction between Thane and Slade, so you don't know if we're looking or we're talking about or we're in the point of view of the actual Thane until they felt like some things happen and we know. But then you don't know. Because it's like, is he really? Then once you find out who the person is, like Thane is, then you don't know who the stalker is, because then it just has the point of view of the stalker as stalker. It was just like so confusing and very, very frustrating. I was so frustrated because here I am, especially in book 1, where like I know like the stalker hasn't like been a present in the book, in the plots. Like he's in the background. But you have Thane. So then you're just like, once you get the second book, you're like, oh my gosh, were we reading from Thane's point of view for real? Or were we reading from the stalker's point of view? And he's Thane. Like, I was just like so frustrated, super frustrated. It was just like very, it was just frustrating. I just was disappointed, really. Like, when I think of like a very good, I don't know, reverse harem or a very good like plot twist, because there was a plot twist that I did not see coming, but I should have known because I was right with the MMFM. But completely, like, once everything happened, once like this like the story continued and we finally got some clarification of things, I was like, oh, okay, so this is just a reverse harem. Then something happens and the betrayal is like through the roof. Like, I don't even know if I would have like in her shoes, like if I was in her shoes, I don't know if I would have like given them that voice to talk to me, because what they did was like very, very like upper echelons of like betrayal, especially since like it's been happening for like years. I wasn't prepared for that, and I was like highly shocked that they did it. But also like that was like a very like huge shock for me. Then like the next shock was like the anticlimactic ending, once everything starts happening and you start seeing who the stalker is, and you're supposed to like, it's building up to this like confrontation, and you're wanting to see this confrontation, and you're wanting to have this big explosion and explanation, and how it ended was just like, I wasn't here for it. I felt so let down, and I was just, it was very disappointing in that ending. Then you have like there's a novella called Open Road, and I was gonna read it, but then like after like that, the disappointing ending, I was just like, I'm done. Like, I can't do this. This is over 700 pages, and I literally only read it to figure out who the stalker was, because you don't find out who the stalker is. It's like the last maybe 50 pages. Like they hold on to that. Like, you don't know who the stalker is. It's like they hold on to that. Like, oh my gosh, really? Like, oh gosh. But and then I wanted to see what happens. Like, is he gonna be a part of the harem? Like, I know he's a stalker, but like, she almost fell in love with him, so I could see it. But yeah, it was just not what I wanted, and not what I was expecting. And I really wish that it lived up to what I really liked, because I truly did love the beginning of this book. It was very nice. The tension was good, even though it felt like a slow burn at first because of like how things are going on, and you knew that like you could see the sparks, but you just didn't understand the interconnectivity of our characters yet. I was just like, whoa, love. And then you hit me with like some frustratingness. I was just, no. But 2 stars for me. And I'm not gonna say that it wasn't good. It just wasn't what I wanted, and I did not like it. Oh, sorry, the camera's shaking. Prince is like scratching himself. But yeah, it wasn't for me. And yeah, that is it. It actually got me in a reading slump right now. Like, I don't want to read, and I have like literally The Wolf and the Sheep by Penelope Sky, and I'm just like, I don't want to read it right now. It's been like days. I think I finished this like last weekend or something, and I haven't read since. I'm going to, because I have so many books that I need to get off my shelves. But yeah, anyways, my name is Lady Lauren Explorer. I post a video Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and sometimes Sunday. So please be subscribed so you can figure out what's coming up in the new days. Oh my gosh, I'm blanking. I'm sorry. But I will see you all in my next video. I hope you have a wonderful day, and bye.